In this week's Parsha, we find the mitzvah of counting of the Omer, where we are today. Technically, it's the mitzvah of counting to determine the day of Shavuos, which, unlike any other festival, is not connected with a particular date on the Jewish calendar. But it's day 50 after the beginning of the counting of Omer. The Sefer HaChinuch tells us, how do we understand Sfiras Omer? It's counting to Shavuos. Every day expressing an anticipation. Anticipation for Kabbalah's HaTorah. So that was true the first time around, you know. And they probably weren't even counting in those days. They were anticipating the day of the revelation. We have the Torah. What's going to happen on Shavuos? Nice, we're going to celebrate it. What's this anticipation? So it's got to be that something's going to happen on Shavuos. What's going to happen? Tell you a little secret. You know what's going to happen? It depends on what you're anticipating. And that's how we've got to feel about the counting of the Omer. What is it that you desire? What are you looking for in Torah? What is it that you don't have and want? What is so important to you that you're counting the days? That's where Hashem's going to help you on Shavuos. When it comes to wisdom, when it comes to Torah, we've been taught that the key is being mevakesh, searching it out. Yeah, you read it casually. Hey, this is nice. That doesn't do much for you. Real Torah wisdom is transformational. You think on a different level. Your attitudes in life are so much more mature, so much more real, so much more sane. You don't acquire that by sitting back and reading an interesting Torah book. That's not what does it. If you seek it out, if you look for the treasure, to paraphrase the pasuk, that's when you get it. When you know that you're missing something without it. Yeah, they tell all these stories about these big Talmidei Chachamim. It would be nice to be one of those. Wow, really nice. We know all these books. That will do very little for you. So part of that process is to recognize how silly we all are without it. Human beings do the stupidest things. We do. We waste our lives on nothing. We kill our health with anger. We forfeit our happiness for jealousy. Not to mention how we mess up one another. The human being has the ability to be great. The human being has the ability to be so destructive to himself and everyone around him. And what makes the difference? Wisdom, divine wisdom, Torah's Hashem. Learning how to think, learning to think, getting yourself used to thinking, demanding that you make sense in everything you do. Living with Hashem's wisdom. It's a different life. All you feel is that it's nice. You're just not going to get it. What do you think? It's just for sale? It takes toil. Toil to learn to focus your brain and think straight. And above all, connect to your learning. Have it make a difference to whom you are. Penetrating your very self. You only get it if you appreciate it. And appreciate what it's like without it. That's the mitzvah of Sfiras Omer. Anticipate, desire, want, search it out. These are the days. The process in detail. The Memches Dvarim, the 48 ways to wisdom. There are other systems, but there's something that's got to come first. Once again, the recognition of how badly we need it. The human being devoid of wisdom. And once again, let's define that. Regardless of how much information you may carry in your brain, devoid of wisdom means it hasn't transformed you. The human being devoid of wisdom is the most destructive creature on the face of this earth. The strongest animal will never knock the earth off its axis. Only the human being can create stuff that does that. Only the human being knows how to create weapons of mass destruction. And only the human being knows how to destroy with words, with nuances. And only the human being does things that are self-destructive, and to the degree that they are. Without wisdom, we're dangerous. With Hashem's wisdom, we're second only to Him. You got to desire it. Got to be ready to work for it. You got to break your head to learn to focus, to learn to think, to develop the skills, and then to go about it. Devour every word and think about it and review it. And ask yourself, what does this mean to me? And then train yourself to live by it day and night. To talk Torah all the time doesn't just mean to talk Torah all the time. It means everything you're doing, every second of the day, is being processed. Various levels of consciousness, of course, but is being processed on the basis of every bit of divine wisdom you've acquired. Living your wisdom. You've got to be prepared to live with that kind of awareness. You got to appreciate the difference of quality in life. Quality of life. And you got to see the black and the white. Without it, we're the most dangerous creatures. With it, we're the godly. With it, we're great. So use these days of Sphira to desire, to crave wisdom, to feel the emptiness without it. Desire it more and more and on a greater level. And then you'll get it. If you desire it like that, you get it. That's all it takes. But that's all it takes. We need Hashem's help even to desire. So you got to daven for that too. We should really all make the most of these Sphira days. And then be zocha to become like Hashem. To be wise in the way we think, in the way we live, in everything we do.